Hey there, nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and welcome to Season 2 of Meat for the Grinder, our series dedicated to Necromunda Dark Uprising Battle Reports. Now, Meat for the Grinder is a Necromunda campaign that is set in the final days of Hive Arcos, where Chaos, Xenos, and Order clash for control of a collapsing Hive City. We'll be playing in a Dark Uprising campaign in these series, and on today's episode specifically, we're going to showcase our campaign's Venator Gang, which is the Bloodmoon Hunters. We'll discuss the gang's contents, its playstyle, its inspiration, and other information related to our upcoming Dark Uprising campaign. So this is the gang that I will be playing, and this is a Venator gang. It's going to be at 2,000 points. We're starting to use the Rathian Succession rules in order to create our rosters for the campaign. The primary skills that my Venator gang will have is Ferocity as well as Shooting, and their secondary skills will be Combat as well as Cunning. So with this gang, let's go and talk about exactly why I got inspired to do this. So this is actually based on a gang from another fellow YouTuber named Double Skull Wargaming. He makes some very beautiful and amazing battle reports, very narrative heavy battle reports as well, and they do a really good job. And one of the gangs that he features on his channel is a gang called the Bloodmoon Hunters. They're a gang of mercenary bounty hunters, and the way that they're designed to play and the list that he created was very interesting, and it's a list I never usually play most of the time. More often than not, whenever I make a gang, I like to make a very shooting heavy gang and like to keep a distance between myself and my enemies. But you know, variety is the spice of life, so I figured why not give this gang a try. So I kind of mauled this gang off of what Double Skull Wargaming did as well, and that's where the inspiration came from this gang as well. So with this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the contents of my gang. We're going to focus on each individual fighters individually and talk about exactly what they're packing, what their statistics are like, and then of course we'll give our overall conclusion about this gang. So that being said, let's go and talk about the Bloodmoon Hunters. Alright, first of all, let's talk about Tiberious Cage. He is my hunt leader, and he gave him the vast versatile stat line. He's got 5-inch movement, 3+ weapon skill and ballistic skill, 3 strength and toughness. He's going to have 2 wounds, 3+ initiative, 2 attacks, 7 leadership, 6 cool, 6 willpower, 6 intelligence, and he's packing an armored undersuit as well as layered flak armor, so that way he's got reliable 4 to 3+ on his armor save. He's also packing a Melta gun, which is a very close combat oriented weapon. He's also packing a power maul and a stub gun for close combat attacks as well as secondary shooting, and he also has the hip shooting ability, which means that he can run and gun, which means that for a double action he can move twice and then open fire with his Melta gun with a -1 hit penalty. But considering it's a Melta gun, it's a short range weapon anyways, he's got ballistic skill 3, I am not too worried about that at all. Now usually whenever I make gang lists, I like to be a little bit more cautious with my gangs. I like to keep them back and keep them alive, but this is the list that this is the stats that Double Skull Wargaming gave his leader, so I figured, hey, why not try it out and see exactly what happens. He's going to go right in the fray, he's going to go right in your face, he's going to try to melt it with a Melta gun, and that's my leader for my gang. Alright, so first of all, one of my champions is Onyx Blade. He's my hunt champion as well. He's got 4-inch movement characteristic with 3+ weapon skill, 5+ ballistic skill. He's got 4 strength and toughness, 2 wounds, 5+ for initiative, 2 attacks. He's got 7 leadership, 5 cool, 8 willpower, 8 intelligence, as well as packing layered flak armor, so that way he's got anywhere between a 4 to 5 up armor save. He's also got a power sword as well as an auto pistol for close combat, and he's also got nerves of steel as well. Now the reason why I gave this guy nerves of steel is because he's going to be shot at quite a bit because he's going to be a close combat beast, so having that 5-up cool is going to help him to escape pinning all the time. With the power sword and auto pistol, I plan on just slicing up my opponents and engaging them right on in the face and, you know, trying to defeat them that way. I also plan on upgrading this guy later on with some armored undersuit as well as an auto pistol man-stopper rounds, and also getting him photo goggles. That's one thing I don't have a lot in this gang. Usually whenever my friends and I put together gangs, we like to put photo goggles in our gang so that way they can see in all visibility conditions, but I decided not to do that this time around. I decided to take my chances and, you know, buy that as my campaign develops, because I wanted to buy and recruit more additional fighters as well as better equipment for my gang. My last of my champions is Crag Orc Slayer. He's my second hunt champion. He's also got 4-inch movement, 3+ weapon skill, 5+ ballistic skill. He's got 4 strength and toughness, 2 wounds, as well as 5+ initiative. He's got 2 attacks, 7 leadership, 5 cool, 8 willpower, 8 intelligence, as well as packing layered flak armor for that reliable 4+, 5+ armor save. He's packing a chain clay for a close combat weapon, as well as a stub gun for a backup shooting attack. He's also packing blasting charges because those are fun. And he also has nerves of steel as well. So once again, putting nerves of steel on him because my opponent's going to be shooting at this guy quite a bit because he's a close combat monster. He's got that awesome chain glaive, so that way he can slice up his opponents as well. I'm really looking forward to using this guy on the tabletop. Now, this is actually the last of my champions. And in Arathian Succession, you can actually double the number of champions in a gang, so long as you have the same amount of fighters who are the gang fighter type to balance it out. But I only decided to go with 2 champions in this list. And the reason why I decided to do that is because I wanted to spend a lot more of my credits on different fighters and better equipment for my fighters, and that's the main focus on that part as well. So that creates my Crag Orc Slayer, which is my second champion. So let's go more for my hunters. This is Alicia Winter. She is my hunter specialist for my gang. She's also got 4-inch movement, 5+ weapon skill, 3+ ballistic skill, 3 strength and toughness, 1 wound, 4 initiative, 1 attack, 6 leadership, 6 cool, 6 willpower, and 7 intelligence. She's packing mesh armor for 5 up armor save, as well as a long last with a focusing crystal, so that way I get better armor penetration on my attacks. And I also got an infrasight because being able to see in the dark with that weapon isn't really invaluable. She's also packing auto pistol for a backup weapon, and she's also my gang specialist. Like I said, her whole goal is kind of hang back and to shoot back and to lay suppressive fire with that weapon. And at the same time, I plan on upgrading this fighter probably with a man-stopper rounds for auto pistol, maybe a close combat weapon of some sort, in order to make her a little bit more survivable in close combat. The next hunter we're going to focus on is Morgan Showtime Creed. He's also another hunter. He's packing mesh armor with a 5-up armor save. He's also got 4-inch movement, 5+ weapon skill, 3+ ballistic skill, 3 strength and toughness, 1 wound, 4+ initiative, 1 attack, 6 leadership, cool willpower, as well as +7 for intelligence. He's got a hotshot last gun with the infrasight, so that way he can see at longer distances in the dark and hit you with that hotshot last gun. He's also got a stub gun for a backup weapon. So for this character, he's going to be paired up with Alicia Winters. The two of them are the ones shooting some long-range fire support to protect my fighters as they go in for the clinch. I plan on upgrading this character as well as time goes on with sending bubblegum rounds for their stub gun and probably a close combat weapon of some sort, so that way they're a little bit more survivable in close combat. And that's pretty much the last of my long-range shooters in my gang. The next fighter is Helios Hex. He's also another hunter. He's got 4-inch wound allowance as well as 5+ weapon skill, 3+ ballistic skill. He's got 3 strength and toughness, 1 wound, 4 initiative, 1 attack. He's also got 6+ for leadership, cool willpower, as well as 7+ for intelligence. He's wearing layered flak armor, so that way he has that reliable 5-up, 4-up armor save, depending on the situation. He's also got twin auto pistols with man-stopper rounds, making his auto pistol strength 4, which could make him really deadly in close range shooting. He's also got incendiary charges for that beautiful 5-inch blast template to set people on fire, and I gave this guy a grapnel launcher. That way he can travel between levels and travel 12 inches for a double action to get him zipping across the battlefield as quickly as possible. I plan on doing this so that way he can travel vertically as well as horizontally, because he is a little bit slower with his 4-inch wound allowance. But at the same time, though, I kind of dig it though, because that means he's kind of zipping around, dropping bombs, shooting people with pistols. Very, very aggressive list. So like I said, you're going to see a lot more aggressive type of close combat lists stats with these fighters in the gang that I'm playing. Alright, my next fighter is a hunter named Shroom. He's got 5-inch movement characteristic, as well as 4+ weapon skill and ballistic skill, 3 strength and toughness, 1 wound, 4 initiative, 1 attack. He's also got 7+ for leadership, 6+ for cool, and 7+ for willpower, as well as intelligent. He's packing a mesh armor to give him a 5-up armor save. He's also got a chainsaw with a stub gun and dum-dum rounds as well for close combat. +1 to hit with that chainsaw is going to be nice, and that stub gun with dum-dum rounds brings up to strength 4 in his shooting attacks. He's also packing incendiary charges, so that way he can throw those 5-inch blast templates with blaze on that, which is going to be really fun to do. And he's also packing grapnel launchers, that way he can move quickly across the battlefield if I need to. So Helios Hex and Shroom, their jobs are basically to rock around with their grapnel launchers, get in position to lob incendiary charges, set opponents on fire, finish them off in close combat, as well as short range shooting. And that's pretty much how Shroom and Helios Hex are going to deal with most of my enemies. Up next, another hunter named Clint Tombstone. He's got 4-inch wound allowance, as well as 5+ weapon skill, 3+ ballistic skill, 3 strength and toughness, 1 wound, 4 initiative, 1 attack. He's got 6+ leadership, cool, and willpower, 7+ intelligence, as well as a 5-up armor save due to his mesh armor. He's also packing a shotgun with solid scatter round, and I also purchased incendiary ammo for this guy, so that way he can set people on fire as well with that high strength attack. He's also packing a stub gun for a secondary backup weapon, as well as close combat. He's also got photo goggles, so that way he can see in the dark and shoot people with that incendiary ammo as well. This guy is going to be paired up with another fighter that I have named Piper Krueger. His whole job is to act as a bodyguard for Piper to make sure that she's protected and that no one is trying to kill her. And then we're going to talk about exactly why that is so important for my gang here in a second. And then up next is Piper Krueger. She is also one of my hunters as well. She's got 3 inch wound allowance, 4+ weapon skill, 4+ explosive skill, 3 strength, 4 toughness, 1 wound. She has 5+ initiative, 1 attack, 6+ leadership and cool, 7+ willpower, and 6+ intelligence, as well as a 5+ armor save due to the mesh armor she's packing. Now she's got a Kaudar pole arm autogun combo weapon, and the reason why she's packing that is because she has House Kaudar legacy rules attached to her as well. She's also packing blasting charges, frag grenades, as well as a grapnel launcher, so that way she can rocket across the battlefield, because she's only movement 3. And the reason why I chose that particular stat for Piper is because while she may be movement 3, she is toughness 4, but the real reason why I chose that stat line is because of her intelligence score. She's intelligence 6+, and the reason why I did that because she has bomb delivery rats with her character as well, so that way I can make those blasting charges and frag grenades go to wherever they need to go to and blow those things up as well. That 6+ intelligence is going to really help her get those bomb rats to get to where they need to get to, and that's the reason why I chose that slower stat line. So because of that, Clint Tombstone is going to be responsible for protecting her to make sure she can deliver her bomb rats and blow stuff up, and that's pretty much what I'm going with. My future plans for this character obviously is to buy demo charges. I think it'd be really fun to put demo charges on this character and then give it to her bomb rats to blow something up, so that's pretty much my plan for that character. She is quite expensive with all the upgrades I gave her. Looking back now, I probably should have made her into a hunt champion, so that way she has a better stat line, but you know, hindsight's 2020. And the last member of my gang is UR024. He is an Iron Automata. He's also my brute for my gang. He's got 5 inch movement, 4+ weapon skill, ballistic skill, 5 strength, toughness, 3 wounds, 5+ initiative, 2 attacks. He has 8+ leadership, 4+ cool, 8+ willpower, 8+ intelligence, and 3 up for armor save. And the reason why he's got that 3 up armor save is because of the Man of Iron special rule. He's also packing an assault cannon for some really good rapid fire deadliness, as well as a power claw. He's also got the fearsome skills, so that way opponents have the passive willpower task to charge into him. He's also got nerves of steel, so if he does get shot and pinned, he has to roll a 4 up on 2d6 and get back on his feet again. He's got the really glitchy ability that I gotta worry about if he gets taken out of action, as well as automated repairs, which could also remove flesh wounds for him. So this guy is pretty expensive, but he's actually a beast in close combat as well as in shooting. He's also going to be the heavy support for my gang as well. Plus the miniature is really cool looking because it comes from Warhammer Quest. And that pretty much makes up my brute for this list. And lastly, of course, we have our hanger-ons. The hanger-ons for this gang is the Organic Mechanic. He is a Rogue Doc with Last Pistol, Medicaid kit, as well as Medicaid. Now, Rogue Docs are not necessarily as vital as they used to be in earlier editions and earlier versions of Necromunda. And the reason why is because now that they've made up the new rulebook in order to create more variety of injuries, critical injury is not as prevalent as it used to be in the older editions of Necromunda. So before, you would have to have a Rogue Doc, to take care of that. But because my fighters are so expensive and they're so nuanced and custom, I want to make sure that each of my fighters can survive in case one of them does accidentally get a critical injury. So that is the reason why I got a Rogue Doc for this gang, just in case. So that pretty much makes up my roster for this one. So there you guys go. This is my Bloodmoon Hunters list that was inspired by Double Skull Wargaming. It's a very interesting list that is something I usually don't play, which is very much a close quarters combat, close assault type of list. I usually like to be more reserved and like to shoot stuff. For example, my gang leader is going to be up in the press with this list. Usually like to keep my gang leader back, but this could be kind of interesting to do that as well. And when I actually do the campaign, my gang is going to be unaligned when we go to our Dark Uprising campaign. I think it'd be kind of interesting because these guys are only there to do 2 things. They're there to win and to get paid, because that's what mercenaries and bounty hunters do. At least mine do anyways in Necromunda. So that's pretty much my ideas here. If I do have to choose, of course, it kind of depends on the situations the campaign develops, but we kind of just need to see exactly where these guys go as the Hive Arcos starts collapsing around them. So this is my list. What do you guys think? I know it's a very narrative heavy list. It's not usually like the lists I typically make on this channel, but I'm really interested in trying this out and seeing exactly how they do on the tabletop. So as always, you guys, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is valuable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest greatest Hive news related to this channel. This is not the only video we'll do for the Dark Uprising campaign. We will also include other gang lists that are going to be participating in our campaign. Keep an eye out for those. And until then, you guys, I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out and stay classy.